Hello. Welcome, everybody. I took it solo. Ryan's doing something. I don't know. I think he's actually down at the presser, but I'm going to go ahead and get this started. What do y'all think? Y'all think a win is good? I'll take it. You know, there's going to be a day where I might be disappointed winning ugly and disappointed in a game just like that. But you know what? Today ain't that day. It was a rough night, but guess what? Came through. You got to win ugly. And, you know, they got out with it. I'm surprised that there's actually a post-game press conference. I would have told everybody, get on the bus. We will mail our shit later because we got to get out of town right now before somebody wakes up and realizes we stole this sucker. Wow. That was luckily my blood pressure, I think I might be partially a zombie because my blood pressure normally wouldn't be able to take it, but who cares? Let's see. Ryan said he's going to be here at some point. Let's give a thanks to Star Pizza. Speaking of blood pressure, Star Pizza, go celebrate. Probably can't do it tonight. Nope, you can't do it tonight. Damn, it's 11 o'clock already. Wow. No, you can't do it tonight, but go hit them up and make sure you hit up Section 12X. I got some more stuff to talk about on them, so make sure and hang around and listen up. But let's get to the let's cut to the chase, man. You know, the offensive line has taken a lot of abuse, and some of it deserved. A lot of it has. But man, tonight in the second half, those dudes straight up poured it on. I didn't recognize that group of young men because they were absolutely throwing people all over the field. It's hard for us to be able to get linemen that are going to be able to do that. So we've got to develop them. And hats off to those guys, man, because they've worked and grinded, and here they are. When you needed it the most, all of a sudden they come alive and spark a running game. Let's see, what was it? Second half, we had 210 total yards, 158 rushing yards. It's insane. And it's not like they were doing it in big chunks. It was 6 here, 5 there, 8 there, 10 there, 5. I mean, just it was a sight to see. And how about that dang DJ Butler? Wow. You know, we've seen him a few times, and so we've seen little sparks here and there. And you know, it was just a matter of time. You know, you hope to see it more and more. But man, when you needed it the most, and you got it, and you definitely needed it because it gave a really good change of pace to Dean Connors and kind of freed him up a little bit. And then they were actually working really well off each other. They throw something different at each other. And then, you know, one thing that I really like to see is I like to see Connor running the ball. I want to see Wigman running the ball a hell of a lot more. I just think he poses a big threat, and he opens up his presence and being able to run the ball. He opens up more of the running game because you got to account for what he's going to do. You're going to freeze safeties. You're going to freeze linebackers. And when you do that, it gives a half a step to the running backs. It also allows just a little bit of time for the offensive line to get there. One thing that even though they are improving, our offensive linemen really aren't very fleet of foot. They're doing a better job. But if you notice, the better runs that we have, our running backs have to be patient and let those guys get set up. So whenever you have the ability to show a true threat in an option game, well, all of a sudden, guess what? You make the defensive end think a little bit. You make the outside linebacker think a little bit. You make the linebackers. Everybody, all it takes is just a tiny, tiny pause. Just one beat, and that allows blockers to engage, and what allows another 1 to 2 steps that blockers need to get downfield. So it's nice to see everything was playing off well. And while I'm glazing the offense, I'm overlooking the defense, and I know that they played really well. The numbers are great. Let's see. Let's go to it right now. What does it say? 136 passing, 146 on the ground. They got dinged up a little bit. You hate to see it for them, but then again, I don't really care. I care about us winning. That's just a consistent pounding that eventually took over. Let's go to some comments. Enough of me. Let's see here. Ugly win, 8-2. We are moving on. Still alive, baby. We're still alive. Let's see here. Big Mac, win is a win. We'll take another dub. Absolutely. Let's go Cougs. The defense played a great game, really stepped up. Absolutely. And there at the end, you gotta make a play. And in a night where not a whole lot was going your way, you finally got in control a little bit. And you started putting some things together, but then, we'll get into some of the mistakes later on. Let me enjoy the win, and we'll diagnose that other stuff. I thought they were going to come down, and I texted Ryan that, they're going to walk us off, and, that would just kind of be the expected outcome. And then Kentrell Webb made a play. And you got to do that. You got to have somebody step up and make a play. They don't have to be incredible plays. You just got to make a play. And he did. And we're able to wrap that thing up. Let's see here. One of the strangest game I've watched in years. Yeah, to an extent, but then again, kind of getting used to strange games. Let's see here. 8-2. That's all that matters right now. Absolutely. I'm 100% okay and happy to be the worst 8-2 team in the country. If that's what we are deemed, that's fine. We're 8-2. It doesn't matter. I think last year Indiana was the worst 11-1 team, or whatever the hell they were whenever they made it to the playoffs. Really didn't matter now, did it? No. If I would take that anytime. Get me to a game for a trophy. I'll be the worst team to ever play for a trophy. Even if it would get blown out, who cares? Just win. Let's see. Big Jack, I can't remember watching a game where a team turned over the ball that much and still won. If Starnes is lurking out there, I'm sure he has the stat on that. I'm sure Ryan is going to come up with that. But yeah. Yeah. I mean, think of all the points we've given West Virginia and UCF. I'm thinking it's like 27 points off of turnovers in the last two games. I might be mistaken, but I know it's over 20. It was 10 tonight, the pick six, and then one that turned into a field goal. Could be more. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Let me go back to this. Houston is the real Space U. True. Space City, baby. What the fuck was that game? Good question. Good question. Whoever this dude is, and I'll wait till Ryan gets here. Yeah, fuck off. Dan, this is a good question. Do we hear anything about Wigman's hand? Maybe just how it goes. It seems less accurate. I said I thought his hand got dinged up. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but I'm sticking with it. I don't think he is 100% healthy. Well, I mean, at this point in the season, nobody is 100%. He's making uncharacteristic throws, and it's not just the interceptions. He's off on a lot of throws. They're just a little bit off target. I don't want to say a little bit late, but they're just not as sharp as they had been. Good thing is we got a week off coming up. Good time to rest up, to heal up, and make a big run here to close out the season. I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around the fact that we've got 8 wins. Don't care about the schedule. We've put a number of games at risk and came out with them. It's not something I did. I wasn't going to be surprised if we got 8 wins this year, because my expectation was 6 wins, and I said that I wouldn't be surprised if we were in the title game. So anything in between there. But the fact that we've basically stolen 2 games, it says a lot about the character of these players and the entire team, the coaching staff. You played Oregon State really ugly. We played this one really ugly. And it takes a lot to have everything go wrong, but still hold tough at the end and be able to come out with a win. Usually you don't see that until maybe year 3, especially with so much change. Because I mean, it is really, really, really hard to win, especially whenever you're playing with the margins that we're playing with. I mean, you're one play, that last interception. It was either if the ball's on target, it's a wide open touchdown, but it's a little bit underthrown, and God. We all know how many interceptions we've dropped this year, and Webb made a huge play. So I mean, it's refreshing to see us make the plays that you need to make to win. Let's see here. Here we go. Before the season started, I said this team would be bowl eligible. If you told me they would be 8-2, I wouldn't believe you, but I would take it. Abso-freaking-lutely. It is frustrating. Some say it's boring. I just want to win. It's nice to see it come through. Winning's nice. Winning is good. I don't think anybody was really bored in the second half. Maybe frustrated at times. But, hey, if winning was easy, everybody would be doing it. Turnovers are killing us. Yes, I agree. We're not going to overlook the fact that just getting a win doesn't cover that up. That's gotta be taken care of. I mean, ifs and buts, but take care of the football. You win both these games by 2+ scores. So, I mean, we've got to do better than that. And, hopefully we can address that, and guys can sit down for a breather and collect themselves and kind of shore that up, because that's extremely frustrating. Let's see here. Who would have ever thought this team would have the Big 12's leading receiver before the year began? I don't think anyone would have thought that after the third game of the season. Connor, you're right. Nobody would have thought that before the season started. But after the first 2 games, for sure, here on the show and also all over the interwebs, whether it be Twitter or the message boards, nobody thought we had a receiving group. Nobody, I mean, our guys were not getting open. They were having trouble getting off the line. And then all of a sudden, things start to change. Things start to roll a little bit. And Thomas has just turned into a beast. My goodness, if you can't get excited about that guy, because he's the real deal. He is the absolute real deal. Let's see. At least 9 astronauts have degrees from the University of Houston, according to AI. Okay. Hey, sure. I mean, AI say believe your overlord, whether it's true or not. You're going to have to agree with it at some point. A competent QB makes that throw on time and we lose. Glad to have the W, but we got lucky. No such thing as lucky. Make your own luck. You got to make the play. But I do get your point. Yeah, a competent quarterback does make that throw. Guess what? A competent coach doesn't have the player try to make that throw. That was all on Scott Frost. I mean, that was 100% Scott Frost. I mean, maybe the starting quarterback got dinged up, but I mean, you go to a backup, a guy who was your 14th string or whatever the hell he was coming into this game. Nobody's expecting him to play. He hadn't played all year. And then all of a sudden he's got the game on his shoulders. At the end, you're in field goal range. How stupid do you have to be to call that play, to put him in that position? Now you want your quarterbacks to be able to make that throw. That's what I would expect. That's what I would expect Wigman to make that throw. I wouldn't expect this guy who just came out of nowhere to make that throw. I mean, that's not just your backup. That's your backup's backup to the backup's backup. That's your Dwight Schrute. I'm dumbfounded that Frost made that decision, because you really, really, really put the quarterback in in a bind there. Wingman will be, I like that. I like that. Wingman, it fits. Will be sore tomorrow. Yeah, he took a beating. Yeah, it's gonna be painful. But you know what he can do? I would suggest Star Pizza. Carb up, baby. Let's see. That backup quarterback is good. I'm really glad they didn't put him in earlier. Yeah, I mean, I think he is good for what they were asking him to do, which was use your legs. With the way that we were set up, we were in our quote unquote nickel package or whatever. And so with trying to cover deep, he had miles to run, and that's exactly what they were doing. But then then they let it rip. Wow. Let's see here. Isn't it fun to have winning college football on Cullen again? Hell yes, it is. Hell yes, it is. Guys, we have 8 wins this year. We had 8 wins our first 2 years combined in the Big 12. We can enjoy it. We can enjoy it. Don't worry. Have fun. Jamie, 4-0 on Thursday and Friday night games. Boom. Line more up for the weeknights. I'm kidding. No, let's have it would be nice to have a Saturday night at prime time. It'd be a good way to send off the season. Got a big day tomorrow. Got a lot of games coming up, and crazier things have happened. We're not out of it. Who knows? Let's see here. Special teams has been killing us lately, with the exception of field goals or 2 field goals. Yeah, I'm gonna save that one for Ryan. We are a I guess you could say we fanboy special teams. We're gonna have to address that, but I'm gonna let Ryan kind of lead the charge on that, because that's his baby. But yeah, they were field goals were good. Outside of that, abysmal. It's can anybody think of worse word than abysmal, horrendous, shambolic, a Travis Shamrockery? Yeah. Too many QB runs. I mean, I understand the thought, and it is kind of a concern that, quarterback is at risk, but that's what he does. I mean, I think Wigman's a better player when he's running. I think he's better at everything in the game when he's running. One, as I talked about earlier, I think it frees up space in the defense and makes defenses have to make decisions. The number one way to slow down any defender is make them think. That's it, because they're reading and reacting. If you can make them think and make a decision, you've got a step to a step and a half on them right there. But I think it also, he's one of those types of guys that he likes it. I mean, that he gets going whenever he gets to get in there and mix it up. Let's see here. We need everyone to show up and fill TDECU for every home game. Scream your asses off big time and make it impossible to lose, just like in Fertitta. Agree. I think it's coming. I mean, it's U of H is one of those towns, man. U of H is in the city of Houston, and I think the city of Houston is a really, really bad sports town. But one thing we have proven is that we are a year after greatness before people really start showing up. I mean, next year it'll definitely be better. We just got to keep winning, and you got to keep winning big. This year's going a long way to getting people interested. We just got to maintain that. I thought it was going to be a touchdown, game over. Me too. I mean, that's when we got the 15-yard penalty. I thought that just pretty much sealed our fate. I thought it was done. That's what I texted Ryan, that Uh-oh. Memphis goes down to Tulane. Summerall's not gone yet. But yeah, I thought this was over. I told them they're gonna walk us off. Let's see here. May need to fact check this, but I think U of H is the only team in the country with 5 true road wins this year. I don't know, but it sounds good to me. Why did Willie pooch that kickoff after we took the lead? Are you talking about in the fourth quarter? I didn't actually see the kickoff itself because I was using the restroom and I was kind of frustrated at the time. But remember, on the field goal, after the field goal, we got a unsportsmanlike conduct. Agnello got unsportsmanlike conduct and we lost 15 yards before the ball was kicked. So I don't know if it was a pooch or not, but I know that we were 15 yards behind where we're supposed to be kicking. It looked like Wigman abandoned the quick play action. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I have to go back and watch it. Hold on. Those calling for Wigman to be benched because of those last 2 games apparently forgot the first 8 games. Wow, people are saying he should be benched. Well, those people, that's good that people are saying that because that means you can remember that those are non-ball knowers. You're right. I mean, we rode him early. I mean, he didn't have a turnover. He didn't have a turnover for the first 6, 7 games. He's a gamer, and yeah, the last two games have been something we did not see coming. Completely opposite of what he has been. But I mean, let's be real. Like it or not, the quarterback is going to get all the glory or all the blame. Don't get caught up in trying to, come up with hot takes about how bad he is or that he should be benched. Did he have a couple of bad games? Absolutely. Turn the ball over? Absolutely. Off target? Absolutely. 100%. But I'm still riding with the dude. I'm not giving up on him. I'm not going to bench him. I'm not even going to think about benching him. He is better, even struggling, he is better than any alternative that we have on the roster currently. Let's see here. Star Pizza or the Ritz to get over the soreness? I like your style. And if your head hurts, put on one of these bad boys. Check that out. It's actually 12 eggs. Let's see here. Fritz was a great hire. Still don't know how he fixed Tulane. I mean, it's easy to say now that oh yeah, cool. He turned around Tulane. People don't realize how bad Tulane was. And the reason why people don't realize how bad Tulane was is because we went about 15 years without losing to them. I think the last time they beat us was
it was 2002 and 2012.
Yeah, I mean,
Dana Holgerson or Dana
Dimmel, a lot of people around now don't remember Tulane back in the day and the dominance we had over them. Now they might remember, Tulane whenever when Tony decided that the winning streak was, that
not
was
that big a deal.
Or didn't Opie lose one
No, Dana
I know
Holgerson lost his first year.
he lost
Uh,
2 of them.
Tony, yes, Tony lost his first and third year. The third year was when we knew that he was gone. Hi, Brad.
Ryan, welcome to the show.
Bounce house, space game.
That nice little erector set.
I do not mind the stadiums. Okay, it's metal, but the concourses are great. What they've done with it is great. This game experience is a billion times better than what you get at U of H.
Oh, well, of
They
course.
no, they go out of their way to make it great for students and young people. I was talking to somebody on staff and they said, they make it into a rave. Kids want to go.
Well, I mean,
And they really do.
That's the exact same thing BYU did.
Yes. Basketball too.
Yes.
But just a blast.
Then again, our the largest portion of our crowd is elder.
There, yeah.
It's too loud.
Yeah. By the way, they're mowing the grass for some reason. It's 1 a.m. And they're mowing the grass.
You got to.
Yeah.
Got to. They're gonna. There's a freeze coming or a frost coming in a day or two.
Have you talked about how completely undisciplined the UCF team was? The stupid ass penalties at the worst. How do you take a delay of game coming out of a timeout? How the fuck does that happen? They were backed up inside the 10 and they had an illegal shift. It was like their third of the day. They took stupid penalties on that last drive. U of H did not play a clean game. They didn't play a very good game at all. To be honest, the defense played well, but that was about it. I think they're stealing stuff away from me. Do I need to move? Just a little bit that way. Okay. I knew you were going to do that. I knew as soon as I set up.
While Ryan's doing adjusting his stand-up spot. Ooh, check out that mower is freaking badass, dude. I used to be the yard guy, and I am loving that mower. Woo! I wouldn't love actually doing the maintenance on it because freaking sharpening those reels is a pain in the ass. But guys, Section 12X, go to the website, sign up for the newsletter. Okay, because there's going to be a special Black Friday deal coming your way. Going to get a nice little code, but you got to go to section12x.com, scroll to the bottom, and sign up. Now, a lot of people are already signed up, and we definitely appreciate that. Some of y'all who have bought in the past might have opted out of the email. Go ahead and do that. Now, here's one thing that I was promised. You're rarely going to get emails from them. It's not going to be spamming you left and right. I think Frederick said that they maybe have sent out 5 in the year that they've been in operation. So go sign up for it. And good thing is that you're going to get a good deal. You're going to get great gear. And you're going to be helping out those who help us and who help you. Somebody who saw that U of H needed some cool kick-ass shit and stopped bitching about it and got working and brought you some really good stuff. So go do it now. Do it. Back to you, Ryan.
I'm back. What are y'all talked about? What is the consensus? What is everybody loving?
A little bit of everything. I don't know if everybody's loving it. I think that everybody's happy that we won.
You won a game on the road. Period. That's it. You're 5-0 on the road. You can't win at home, but you're 5-0 on the road. I think that's pretty cool. You have not.
Yep.
lost a road game in men's basketball or football since Thanksgiving last year at BYU. Uh, that's pretty damn good. Connor Wegman said he sucked today, but the first thing he did was go hug and high five all the guys on the defense. When asked what the Philip, I don't remember his last name, the kid Drummond, what he did to intercept 3 of Connor's passes, Connor said, "Well, I kept throwing it to him." And I thought, that's pretty smart, Connor. You
Well,
should
the
stop doing
first
that.
one, the guy got a jump on it, and the next two, his trick was stay about 2 or 3 yards behind the receiver, and the ball will come to you.
The first one was in front of, or the third one was in front of the receiver. But yeah.
Just don't get too close to the receiver, and the ball would hit you.
Have you talked to these nice people about tomorrow?
No, what's tomorrow?
Well, I'm going to be on a plane. Galen apparently has better things to do. And so Towns is going to take you through the post game of the basketball game, which means rest in peace, GoCoogs.com. We've had a good run.
Hey, I think everybody here will back me up. We've done pretty good so far.
Yeah, I'm sure you have. I have not heard any of it, but I'm certain it's been fantastic. I thought you saw the coming out party of DJ Butler today.
Yeah.
I think DJ Butler ran so hard late in that game, second half, fourth quarter especially. Him and Connors and Wigman all ran the ball really well in that fourth quarter until you had that terrible snap. It looked like you were just going to bully them right into the end zone. Didn't quite work out that way, but defense stepped up. Show us some comments. What do we got? Thank y'all all for staying up with us. Is it midnight yet in Houston? I can't see the clock. So
11:49.
Okay. Genius that I am, my hotel is 55 minutes away from here, on the other side of Orlando. So it's almost 1 a.m. here. I've got to drive back, basically to Tampa, I think.
Memphis sucks at all levels, just like
SMU. Did they come back? I saw that the score had gotten tight.
They were coming back, and they just came up short.
Okay, so
Memphis doing Memphis shit.
Memphis right on the verge of the college football playoff, and then they lose 2 weeks in a row. Whew. Not great. Not great.
Weggy's a baller. Yeah. If you ignore Wiggs' interceptions, the game stats will lead you to believe this was an easy U of H win. Well, ifs and buts. But if we take care of the football, West Virginia and tonight are pretty much easy. But it didn't happen. You lost last week, you won this week. Good thing.
I think if you'd have won last week, you'd have probably found a way to lose this week. I think you're probably where you were going to end up anyways. But you're 8-2 coming to your last home game, which probably means that's going to be an 11 a.m. game. I'm just guessing. But
let's see here. We'd have to hire a lot of paramedics to handle all the strokes and heart attacks our gray hairs would have if we had the UCF experience. Yeah, you'd have a lot of deaf people too.
Yeah,
but a lot more complaints.
It was great.
I mean, I'll be okay with maybe a few days without complaints. It'd be nice.
Well, that ain't gonna happen. That's just not gonna happen.
Yeah, the Agnello personal foul almost cost us.
Bad.
Ryan, one thing that I held off on that we started to touch on, but I want you, since you are the specialist, talk to us about the abomination of special teams.
So you had a muff punt for the second week in a row. I need to watch it again to see exactly what happened. I have a feeling that Makai Muse did not get, I think it was Kobe Young, did not get him away. And you have to control that. You have to be firm as the returner. You've got to be loud and make that happen. I thought Liam, how many times did he punt? Was it twice? He boomed a 53-yarder, his first kick, and then they were trying to pin him down deep in the second one.
Well, we gave up a 30-yard punt return.
That was the second one.
Yeah.
They kicked it really high, and it did not look like they would return it, but they put a different kind of return on. They had only 4 guys on the line and then 4 kind of at linebacker depth. And caught U of H sleeping. And actually, Liam made a good tackle on that one. Ethan Sanchez was really good, but the penalty on that second field goal is
running into the kicker on a punt.
Well, that one was kind of chicken shit. It was just his hand kind of touched the kicker, but that one I don't mind.
Here's the worst part about that though. He was nowhere close to blocking it.
Right?
Why? How are you even making contact?
I'm with you on that, but it's not the biggest deal in the world to me.
Well, I mean, it's a big deal to me.
The personal foul is you cannot do that. You cannot kill yourself on a kick like they did, and they kicked from the 20, and then it wasn't that great a kick. I mean, at that point, you would have been just as good as long as you got it across the 35, kicking out of bounds. So
well, I don't know what Agnello did. They didn't show the replay.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. Because
you got called.
You can't even come close to having just get off the field.
Yeah.
Just get off the field. You got the lead. Shut up. Get back to get back.
I don't understand if it was like a fighting or not fighting, but pushing somebody. Why do you need the last word there? Why? I don't know. I don't like it. There have been some things in special teams. I don't think it's as bad as people are portraying it to be.
Today was
you've got to be better. See, I don't think it was abysmal.
I think it was.
You made your kicks. You had a good punt. Your kickoffs until the final one when you were at the 20, your kickoffs were fantastic. They goaded UCF into returning 2 in the second half. So Yoakum had been kicking it out of the end zone and was fine. But they realized that at least, I know it happened once, and I think it happened twice, that they wanted to kick it to the goal line and get him to return it and tackle him short of the 25. So UCF would have to go further. I think that's a great call, and they executed it both times. I don't think special teams killed you. I think defense played well. You cannot turn the ball. There's a special teams turnover, and that actually is, you can't have that. And that's 2 games in a row where, that could cost you the game today. It didn't, but it could.
Tell me your thoughts on DJ again. We need to highlight him.
Yeah.
He had in the third quarter, about inside of 4 minutes, he had not 3 consecutive. He had 2 runs, then a pass, then another run that were just, that was a kid that was saying, hey, I'm ready to take the game over. It wasn't the fact that he got, a bunch of yards. It's the fact that he was stopped and he got 3 to 4 extra yards on each carry.
There was The first one was in the third quarter. It's probably one of the ones you're talking about. He was stopped short of the line and said, nah, and bullied his way for another 3 yards. I swear that guy's cutting the same damn grass. And they actually got another one out there. I didn't even see him.
Oh, here we go. It's time to glaze me. We're with you, Towns.
Son?
Towns getting a nice Christmas bonus for
up.
these solo shows.
Shut up. No.
Connor,
no one is
the only
glazing
Christmas
you.
bonus I want is
No glazing. No glazing.
I'm
going to take care of your star pizza tomorrow.
You're a new favorite now. Unnecessary shade at Towns, Ryan. Towns does a great job. Dick.
Will you block that person? Block
Nope.
Chris. I'm out.
Nope.
He's out.
Nope.
I'm buying your star pizza tomorrow. Okay? I'm taking care of it. You have apparently done a great job. You have kept people somehow tuned in. I don't quite understand it.
Somebody.
Hot damn. So this place is really great. Put me on the full screen, will you?
Let's see here. How does one do that? Oh, no.
Almost again. Okay, you've pretty much done. There you go. So they got the national championship and the New Year's Six Bowls and all that. It's a really cool. They're adding on to the press box suite area. Allegedly, it's going to make that side bounce less. But this is a great facility. I think it gets a bad rap because of the bleachers and it's all metal and whatever else. But they have done everything they can to make this a really cool atmosphere. And so I'm very happy that this is the place that I get to tell you that Brad's gone. He's fired. He's out. There's no more Brad. And I'll be damned if I'm going to sit here while all you motherfuckers glaze him, which it just sounds horrible. But thank you for showing up. Show some more comments. Let's keep doing this. I have no access to internet. They have you on a hidden network up there. And
Bright
it
House
doesn't
network.
work on the field. It's not Bright House anymore. It's an insurance company.
But I'm just saying we're probably using Bright House.
I don't know. I really like the place, but I don't like how they handle
we
the
caught
internet.
up, man. I was hitting all the comments. We went through through all that. So give me your thoughts on Scott Frost and how this game was lost because of his stupid decision to try to kill his quarterback and ask him to do way too much.
This game was lost because he tried to kill his quarterback and asked him to do way too much. Back to you, Brad. I think he lost the game because his team was not prepared. They were not ready. They got beat twice last week. We talk about this all the time. When you take a loss, you don't let it turn into two. I think they let last week turn into two. They were so undisciplined and just dumb shit. It's not like they got into fights or things. I mean, you cannot take a delay of game coming out of a timeout. That is Dana Holgerson bullshit, is what that is. And you just can't do that. The penalty down inside the 10-yard line, I mean, there were 5 or 6 that were scratch your head. Like, your team is not prepared. This is the space game. And you're 8-0 in this game, and you won all the games by an average of 30 points. And they just weren't ready to play. This was no different a team than a Gus Malzahn team.
No, it looked very much like that.
It looked the exact same.
I mean, then again, Frost was a terrible coach at Nebraska. I mean, Nebraska fans said because of way too many off the field distractions and he wasn't focused and he was spending too much time partying. Maybe he just got exposed for what he is.
He might have. But I'm going to tell you something. I went to Arizona State 2 weeks ago, expecting the talent to be the top of the top end.
What kind of
This
talent?
place,
In
hey,
the stand.
ladies,
Yeah.
this place beat Arizona State.
Wow, that's saying a
There were
lot.
girls. I wear a 7-inch short. My shorts go down 7 inches at the seam. There were girls with like negative seam. I don't understand how that happens.
Uh-oh,
But the
that's good.
shortest shorts I've ever seen in my entire life. Beautiful, beautiful women.
They're like the
But not the twirlers. The twirlers were twirling Twinkies. Not a fan.
like the early 2000s with the real low cut on the hips.
That I have no clue. These were, I saw a lot of like, I don't know what you call them, rompers, like
What?
like a singlet almost, like a lady's singlet.
Huh?
He's just gonna go right behind me. He's just gonna fuck with me.
It's badass. It's like a freaking combine.
He's going like 30 miles an hour. I don't understand. I
let's
might have
see.
to move off the grass again.
Ryan, did you see this Mac Rhodes story?
Yes.
I didn't. I don't know what it is.
For real?
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I saw he was in the news about. Is it with him saying a bunch of stupid shit after the CFP selection?
No. He apparently, there was a tight end who was hurt. This was in September, I think, when they played Arizona. A tight end was hurt and was wearing the wrong color shirt. This was on the field. And we all know Mac before a game. This was on the field. You know, remember UTEP, the live mic and the comments he made?
Yeah.
He grabbed a player and said, "What the fuck are you doing?" Which is complete. Who gives a shit?
Right.
But you can't do that at Baylor. Now, they have buried it for 6 weeks. It didn't come out until Outkick brought it back up today, or brought it up today. No one had published it. The parents had been shopping this story for a little while. And then when the New York Times, The Athletic, contacted them today, the parents were like, "Oh, we don't want to talk about that. It's all about football." But they've been shopping it. I don't care. If you can't take somebody grabbing your shirt as a football player and saying, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Are you really a football player?"
I think that's tied to him sounding like a dumbass after the CFP show.
See, I did not see that.
Just
I did not pay it. Well, that's his job. That's the whole point of doing that, is to be able to talk.
Let's see here. This is the real question everybody wants to know. How was Disney, Ryan?
I did Disney for 3 days. Okay? Not the plan. Not what I anticipated. It was not as bad as I thought it would be. Well, we did Magic Kingdom the first day, Epcot yesterday, and Hollywood Studios today. I did not realize that there are a couple rides at each park and then 300 shops. It's really a shopping experience with a couple rides. Everybody acts like, and there's some restaurants, and it's just shopping is what it is. You pay $200 or $300 a day for the right to go shopping for some stuff that have mouses and ducks and dogs and mermaids on it. Back to you, Brad. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a lot of walking to shop. We rode Space Mountain. The first thing we did when we got here, Space Mountain. Not a fan. I rode it. I went to Disney when I was out of the 6th grade, so 1991. I did all that then. I haven't been back because who cares? Space Mountain was completely dark, and I didn't remember. And I don't like that. Not for me.
Let's get into deep conspiracy theory. Yeah. Bring that up tomorrow.
Yeah, you will. We are recruiting people to come play with Towns tomorrow, or I'm canceling my flight. Like I am somehow on the one flight that the government has not canceled for tomorrow.
So far.
So, well, no, I got an email today telling me you're not on the list.
Oh, well, that's good. The UCF
Is it?
robots were the highlight of the night. I don't know what that
So
means.
I didn't. There were robots in the end zone during at least one timeout. I didn't see him again, and I couldn't hear what was happening with him. But it was just I mean, they just did so many things that U of H has not done and has never done, and it makes the game experience and the marketing and the ideas at U of H seem really stale. Hopefully
seen-
the AD is okay with us talking about anyways.
Never seen so many hot girls until I went to the ASU game. I don't believe you, Ryan.
That's fine. That's fine.
I mean, come on. Central Florida. I mean,
Now I'm going to tell you where
don't
the
they have
hot
like
girls.
200,000 students or something?
Yeah, but so does ASU. ASU is and UCF are two of the three biggest schools in the country.
Jesus.
But that includes all those online students. And ASU has a huge online school. This one apparently does too. I don't really know a ton about that. But where the hot women were not was Disney. But I was thinking today, I was walking back and was thinking, I saw so many people with tattoos and like thousands of dollars of tattoos. There must be $1 billion worth of tattoos at Disney at any given time.
Really?
So I'm not a tattoo guy. If you do it, that's fine. Who cares? But a little trashy. Went to the Star Wars area at Hollywood Studios today. It was like going to a Rice game. Bunch of flipping nerds. And good for Rice for the new stadium they're going to get. That looks pretty badass. And it's a stadium that makes sense for Rice. 30,000 seats, some luxury stuff, and instead of the huge building, you're going to shorten it and try to connect you more to Rice Village. I like it. What else you got, Brad?
I didn't really notice this because it was painful watching the game. But I didn't realize we had 433 total yards and they had 282. I mean, it just
when you were down 10 early in the game, you had more yards than they did. And it was like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And you were down 10 again because of the pick six, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before half.
Yeah. Talk to Latravian McCutcheon. He's now up 2-0 on his brother, the defensive back, Latrell, in interceptions, and now he's got a pick six. I love that guy. We need to have him on a Sunday show very soon. He's fun to talk to. Good personality. And that's on me that we haven't had him. Eddie Walls, I just don't know what to say about that guy.
I love watching him.
He is so much fun to watch. How did he escape the eyes of so many people? Like, I mean, that's a real find and real development that they've done.
Well, I mean, and you can think that. I mean, the same goes for a lot of the guys that we've got. I mean,
100%
from this year and last year. I mean, that's. I know everybody freaks out that oh my God, we're not flush with $50 million to fill our coffers. You know what? There was a talk. I saw an article about the Kentucky quarterback who got like $1.2 million or whatever. Mm-hmm. But that wasn't the story to me. The story to me is that they whiffed on two quarterbacks 2 years ago out of the portal, and they whiffed on another quarterback you've got to pick the right players. Okay. And the thing is that you're going to have so many players moving around. Guys are going to get lost in the shuffle. Now, if you have an eye for talent and you have the ability to develop that talent, you don't have to spend what everybody else is spending. You just got to be better at it.
And, you can hit U of H for a lot of things, but they have hit on their transfer portal guys. And I'm trying to think of somebody that I think is a miss or that is worse than the person that was in their spot before. And I can't think of what. I'm certain there's probably one.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, think about Ethan Sanchez, your kicker, is an upgrade over Jack Martin. We love Jack, but Ethan's just better. He's been better. He's been more clutch. On defense, Eddie Walls has been fantastic. Carlos Allen. Oh God, what's his name? 18. Blanken. Better. Upgrade. Great. Jordan Allen is going to be in the defensive backfield. He is going to be. Will James has been good. Will James made a great block on that Latravian touchdown return.
Yep.
Kentrell Webb, that interception he had to seal the game. I did not know this. I didn't realize that was his first ever interception in college. Defensive
Perfect
back.
time for it.
I mean, that's a good dude. We need to do more stuff with him too. On the offensive side, I don't know who.
Eddie Nunez says, "Let's go Cougs."
He is. I guarantee he's sitting on the bus watching this because I don't think they've left, or if they have left, they're just leaving. He's sitting on the bus watching this. Put him back up there. There you go. Eddie Nunez watching the show. Thanks, Eddie. Be better you need to do this. This in-game experience, do this. Be good at it. Take your time. Don't rush it. Don't screw it up. Just get there.
That's the beautiful thing about sports is you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You can just pick pieces that work. If it works, it works.
U of H basketball has done this in a few different ways in the in-game experience. They've seen things in other Big 12 arenas and have just said, you know what? We're going to do that too. And you don't have to be brand new. You don't have to do something crazy.
Yeah.
In fact, a lot of the times, it's good to not do that.
Yeah.
But you got to be better. You've got to be more innovative. And you got to get lucky with time.
It's nothing new for BYU to do that. I mean, they were doing that, what, 2013 when we were there?
Yes.
Is that right? 2012,
2013?
14?
We went in 14.
I mean, that was
9/11.
That was the first time that I'd seen that, and that was the first time I'd been to a college game where I was like, this is really a rave. This really is just a rave.
And who would have thought BYU would be the ones doing that?
I know.
Because they're all hopped up on that sugar.
Yeah. You only heard techno for 3.5 hours.
The entire time. It was impressive in a way, but it was
which
weird
I thought it
in
was
a way.
awesome.
Yeah.
And their students were going haywire.
Duarte is still mad about this photo. Sorry, Joseph.
Well, you got to do it. You got to give it to him.
What do you mean I got to give it to him?
No, you got to give him that picture every time.
Yeah. I told him I'm actually going to blow it up, and it's just going to be the only photo behind me on Sunday nights. Just like that.
Let's see. Amari on pace to be 1,000-yard receiver. What a pickup. Yeah. And here's the crazy thing about it is, as good as he is now, he really didn't get going it took him about a month to really kind of get going. But I think that goes the same for our entire offense. I mean, the team that we're watching, maybe not the last week or so, but this team's evolving into something that's almost unrecognizable for the first 2 weeks. I mean, today's second half offensive run blocking is something that I haven't witnessed in a long, long time. I mean, they were just physically dominant.
If you remember last week, you did not run the ball well at all.
No.
And in the first half, you did not run the ball. And
No.
I think I did the math at one point. You had 46 attempts last week and then early in this game, and you averaged 2.3 yards a carry. But you have to run the ball early in the game to wear a defense down so that in the second half you can impose your will.
Yeah.
And I am a big time proponent in that. You make those fourth quarter runs because of what you did in the first half. You beat their asses down in their own park. And it's closed, even. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Almost undefeated in getting kicked out of arenas. I'm going to go find somewhere to not be kicked out of, and I'll be back in just a minute.
All right.
Later.
Good luck.
Yeah.
All right. I don't want to zoom in. I don't need to see my mug like that. Let's see here. So where are we at? Where were we in the comments? Let's go back to the comments. That Rice Stadium will be a waste of money because they will never fill it. You're probably right. Although it would have been something, it would have been good for them to have done that a long time ago. But I mean, if they're going to do something, they might as well shrink it the way it is, or the way that they're planning on it. Millions of dollars for 3 Rice fans to enjoy. Yep. Wes Fritz is pretty good at his job. You know, the guys on the staff are pretty good at what they do. You know, Wes does a great job of helping find these gems, helping pull them in. I mean, guys, we are getting pretty close to signing day. Not what is it, a month away? We've got us a damn good recruiting class, at least not right now. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we hold it together. Who knows? I think there might be some surprises still to come. You're going to see a lot of late movement, not just the portal, but I mean, with so many coaches being fired, you never know what's going to happen out there. Let's see, Jeb. We'll get back to this, but I just wanted to bring that up. Let me highlight that. Dumb question, but how does travel work for the team after the game? Will they fly back tonight or tomorrow morning? They will fly back tonight. Usually, from what I understand, at least from my exposure back in the day, you get your stuff, grab some food, get on the bus, and hit the plane, and wheels up quick. But I'll save that for Ryan to address. It was crazy to hear the commentary say he has a man, and the camera pans over, and Webb is making the play. Yeah. That was. I'll be honest with you. I was tense the entire time. I didn't want to watch it, but I just forced myself to, hoping for the best. Let's see here. Let me highlight that. Coach said it was one of the loudest places he's played at. How loud did he get, Ryan? Ryan will be back in a minute. Ryan getting bounced again in the bounce house. It's quite fitting. Enjoyed watching the O-line bully UCF at the end of the game. Hey, Chris, what's up? Hey, I know that dog. I remember that dog. Ryan.
We are live, not in the stadium. Not in the stadium.
How would you compare the fan experience at UCF versus U of H?
U of H is so much better. It is crazy how much better the U of H fan experience is. You don't understand. This should be a revelation to U of H administrators, to Eddie. It's night and day. Now, I will say, this is a special game for them. They took advantage of it. They were also hosting a night game, and that matters. The 11 a.m. energy and the night game energy are just not going to be the same.
No, nowhere close.
But they took advantage and they did it the right way. They obviously had all year to plan, and they executed. And it was fun for students. Students stayed the entire game. Now, they had giveaways at the end of the game that students had to be there the whole time to be a part of. Fine. Bribing people has always worked. Keep doing it. I mean, when does that not work?
And
See?
Ryan,
hey,
Eddie said you were right.
I'm going to tell you what else I'm right about, Eddie. Just kidding. I love that he's listening. I love that he's hearing. Hopefully, they move forward to the damn tractor has followed me again. I don't know if
Awesome.
you can hear it. Hopefully they focus on what can we do to make the experience better for fans, for students, to get them in the games. Obviously, if this was at 11 a.m. tomorrow, this place looks totally different, and it feels different. The things they were doing with lights and different things, including during punts, pretty cool. But I'm willing to give U of H some time to get it right, because this does not just happen overnight. This is organic.
No.
This has been building.
It's been building for years.
For years. And they were 8-0 in the space game. Did you know that, Brad? 8-0.
They only said it like 50 times on the show.
Did they?
On the broadcast.
That's what happens when you have broadcasters that maybe aren't the best. But they're 8-1 now. You got to be really happy with that winning percentage if you're a UCF fan. I asked Willie during the post game, I was like, "You're 5-0 on the road," and he was like, "Yeah, like, well, I can't believe it." But Galen's told you this in basketball, is that there's no distractions. The team is able to come together and really focus all their energies. And I think that's what's happened this year. I mean, they've had to pull out last minute wins here, Oregon State, and Arizona State. I mean, you had to survive that one. But one-score wins on the road. Willie Fritz is fantastic in one-score games. He just is. And I think you saw a graphic during the game before tonight. U of H had 21 one-score wins in the last few years. They led the nation. I mean, it's not good for your ticker, but it's kind of fun to win one-score games. What's this comment say?
Coach said it was one of the loudest places he's played at. How loud did it get?
I was indoors, so I don't 100% know. There's no way to get outside easily. I would have to go down 6 flights, and they hold the elevators very often. So at the end of the game, I came down the stairs because I just tired of waiting. So I don't have a good sense of that, but I know how into it people were, and
the announcers
it seemed like a fantastic experience in the stadium.
The announcers were pro UCF, and I don't know why. Maybe the game day experience seduced them. I don't. Maybe I'm just I tune it out. I don't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's similar to kind of how there's certain broadcasters, especially in Fox, what's his name? Spencer Tillman. They'll use regional broadcasters that are located close to that city.
Yeah.
So they give it they either sound like they're pro the team that they're covering, or they're just around them so much they know so much more about them that they'll
Maybe.
constantly talk about them.
Sometimes it's just home teams get that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Do you see Kansas lost to North Carolina?
I did not, but
Kansas was up early, and I think they got out to like a 10-point lead in the first half at times. In the second half, UNC made a run, and then Kansas looked like, to me, they just up and quit. Usually
Really?
they say that for about 25 games into the season. But it looked
wild.
like Kansas just out and out quit.
They're going to have to prove it to me before I believe in them.
Hallelujah. Love that Eddie is watching and seeing this. Absolutely. Eddie, we need our stadium lights to have that light show technology. What is it? Just all the like LEDs that you can turn off and on?
They had LEDs. They were turning them off and on, and they were doing like a blinking sort of thing. They did a very, very badass thing with the stadium with people with their phones. And so they had the phone up with the lights on, and they would turn it down so you couldn't see it, and they turned it back and down, and it just lit up the stadium. It was so awesome. They had the I don't even know what you call those sticks, like the soccer sticks where they bounce against each other. They were all lit up. They were like a purple lighting, and it looked LED. Awesome. Just so many little things. And the lighting, maybe you don't have that technology right now, but maybe it's worth something getting or looking into. But again, when you're playing at 11 a.m., all the lighting in the world doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And you got to get rid of that. But we'll see. I mean, U of H can't do anything about that.
No. Let's see. The ticket office sent out 2 tickets plus parking pass special for $40 after the game ended. Perfect. Forward that to friends.
Who is talking about them $20 tickets?
40
and 20. No, but 2 tickets for 40.
Yeah.
Right. And a parking pass. That is a great deal.
Great deal. Incredible deal. Keyshawn tore it up again tonight. The guy is going to be special in the red and white and black and baby blue. Don't forget. And then all the colors mixed together, whichever ones you want to go.
You've got to get a space like an astronaut uniform. Like make the helmets gold in the visor and just go to town. I think U of H needs to wear everything but red. And Keyshawn will be very good, but it will be in the 2027 year, because I think Connor Wigman is your quarterback, even though he's had 2 games of turning the ball over, maybe pressing a little tonight.
Long shot, but what is the scenario for us to be in Arlington?
Buy a ticket. Everybody has to have.
I mean, I would love to go through all the permutations, but our only chances, we got to go undefeated, so it makes it. I mean,
well, you got to win your 2 games, but then Texas Tech has to lose 2, I believe, and Cincinnati would have to lose a couple.
That'll happen.
It could, but I think what you need is BYU to win tomorrow in Lubbock.
Yes.
That gives Texas Tech their 2nd loss. Right. Now, if U of H has 2 losses and Tech has 2, well, guess what? Tech is going. But you have to. You're not going to win the tiebreaker against anybody, is my guess, because of the schedule and whatever else. You don't have quote unquote great wins, so you've got to pretty much be the only 2-loss team. So you want BYU tomorrow to win, and I think that can actually happen. You're going to have to have a grow-up game from your quarterback. Is that okay? I
'Cause, I
forget
mean,
about Utah.
they're a 2-loss team right now.
Yeah, but I mean, they just carry this conference so much that it's hard to remember them.
Let's see here. My local high school stadium has that lighting technology, and U of H doesn't. Well, okay, probably right. Here's the thing:
Oh,
do you spend money on lights, or do you spend money on a lineman? You know, I mean,
it's okay that it took you a minute to get that, but I like it.
well, I had to frame it the right way.
Yeah.
Um, I understand the thought, but I mean, you know,
Well, I'm
where
gonna
do
tell you right
where
now,
do we really
you
want to commit our resources?
you
Now,
owe
it would be great if we can get like somebody to sponsor that. Um, I mean, if I won the lottery, I would do a lot of things and, you know, pay a
oh
lot
my,
of bills, but I don't have it.
a
So
condo above Star
you got to
Pizza.
spend where it's going to make the most impact on a
Well,
limited budget.
here's the thing: you owe a ton of money still on the football operations center
Right.
to do something with the lights. I believe it'd be $1 million, and that requires the board of regents. And I just don't know if you're spending that. But there are so many more things you need to do. Uh, I like that people are wanting all these improvements to TDCU, but this is a chicken and the egg thing.
Right.
What comes first, the fans or or uh, adjustable awning over your stadium? What was that called? The sun coaster? The sun? I remember. Just put an awning over the stadium, or
Hmm.
put lights in, or I just don't know if you can justify that with the crowds that you have right now, with the students that you have right now. I think you've got to support the program and be at the games, and then you'll start to see. I am assuming UCF didn't get the crazy cool light stuff, and then the people came. I think the people came when they built this stadium. They started building their program. They went 0-12 not that long ago,
Right.
and people, it's just turned into an event. It wasn't the best crowd tonight, but it's Friday night. I get it. Uh,
Yeah.
but
I mean, it's we've got to spend where it's going to have the most impact.
yeah,
And I mean, yeah, that's a nice to have
yeah,
expense. I mean, you know, I think the thing that would, if you're going to make, you know, stadium stuff, that's kind of extra, if you will, maybe throw in some shitters up in 300. I don't
we
know.
have gone off the rails.
We'll talk more about that
This is
tomorrow.
what I hope my plane crashes. I just, there's no point in going on.
Does Eddie have a 5-year plan to grow the fan base? I think he'd be the first AD to do so.
Why? I don't know about 5 years. I think that's, you've got to grow the fan base today and tomorrow. And no one, if you have a 5-year plan for something, you're not going to be here for the end of it. It's got to be a today and tomorrow. And
Well, and you know,
most people at U of H have been just today. They haven't been,
the
let's do this.
what I would like, what I hope is that we're able to manage all the different external contracts that we have and the contractors, and do all the basic stuff as good as it could possibly be. Because if you remove those things, if you do people coming in, people leaving, people getting into the stadium, you know, make the concessions consistent and better than average, or at least consistently average. But if you could do those kind of basic blocking and tackling things really, really well, all of a sudden The experience is dramatically better.
How about we get more into that Sunday night, talk through some experience stuff. Let's wrap this up so I can go across the state to get back to my hotel. Brad,
Ron, you look like a kid waiting for the school bus in the morning at this point.
I really do.
Your little backpack and your probably little juice pack.
I bought these mints today, and I've got like 30 of them in my pocket. And yeah, I'm like a kid that got sent to school. I'm going to tell you something. Speaking of kids, I had some of the best churros I've ever had in my life yesterday.
Really?
At Epcot. Somebody told me about these, and it was like, okay, pretty good. Pretty good. That cinnamon? Oh,
Better than
that
the
brings
ones
back
in San
the childhood.
Antonio?
Look. The only big girls that were here were the twirlers. Everybody else, pretty decent size. Twirlers, maybe not. But yeah, we're not talking about those women. I watched a documentary. It was a few years old. It was on Max, HBO Max. It was this inside the NBA, which I would never, ever watch. But there was one episode focused on Charles. And I was like, well, that I'll watch.
Yes.
And it was totally worth it. Totally worth it. Check that out. Because you don't have a game tomorrow. Well, I guess you have a basketball game.
Yes.
I'm just totally
Some of us
checked
have
out
to
on
cover
basketball.
a basketball game.
Oh, bless your heart. Sit on your couch, you fat. All right, Brad, go ahead. Your final thoughts on what you saw tonight.
Hey, winning is hard. Winning on the road is harder. This team won. Pulled it out of the fire. It was a grease fire. Don't get me wrong. We're not gonna be able to gloss over that.
No.
But damn it, this team is learning how to win. And this is a game that if this were to happen, this is a game you don't win last year. I guarantee you that.
No.
I'm hoping. I just, what the week off could not come at a better time. This team needs one. They need to get right physically as much as they possibly can. And I think they kind of need the mental.
They need the break.
They need that mental break, because let's not forget. I mean, the Kurt's memorial services this week, right?
Tuesday, same day as Warren McVeigh's memorial service, actually.
Right. So I mean, it'll be an emotional week for these guys.
Yeah. But real quick on that. So the players are not going to the memorial service. The coaches are. The support staff is going. The team is getting Tuesday off. They will have a memorial service at U of H at a later date so that the entire team, the entire program can participate. I think it was a logistics thing, getting everybody there, especially during the school year. You can't, I just think they're gonna do something else, and I think that's a really cool thing. And the coaching staff and the support staff will go over Tuesday for that. Go ahead. Uh-oh.
So yeah, if nothing else, they need to be able to kind of
reset. Yeah,
mentally, emotionally, just to it's tough. It's tough. All these things affect people differently, mentally, but physically, let's get everybody healed up as much as possible and enjoy the win.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a guy on this team that I don't like personally, and I can't think of one. And I say that to then say, I think there are some talented guys on this team. I don't know if this is a talented collection of guys. I don't know if this is a talented team. But this team is 8-2. And I think that is the absolute max that this team could conceivably be at this point in the season.
Yeah.
I don't think you have legitimately left wins out there. 8-2 is about as good as you could have ever hoped for. And you were not on Tech's level that day. You got beat last week. And
Well, I mean,
you know,
let's put it this way. I think everybody would think different if well, I don't know. If you lost to Tech and you lost to Arizona State, people would say, yeah, I expected that. But then you win at Arizona State and you lose to West Virginia, then it's see, me personally, I didn't expect to win this week or at
No.
Arizona State.
The last 3 weeks you've gone win on the road, lose at home, win on the road. Nobody thought that was coming. I mean, I thought it was a 6-6 team, and I honestly probably didn't really think that. I probably thought 5-7, but said 6-6. I'm gonna be honest.
Peer
And
pressure.
but I did not see 8-2. I did not. You could lose the next 2 games and be 8-4, and that is a 100% improvement over what you were. I think you have 5 conference wins, and I believe you had 5 conference wins the first 2 years in the Big 12. There's every metric you can have where this is beyond what it should be. And I just think these guys have been so good at closing.
Yes.
And winning. And we've talked about it. You've got to learn how to do that. And for them to do it 5 times in the road is shocking. Just shocking. I don't know if you have beaten any really good teams. I don't know if Arizona State's any good. I really don't. And I don't know if any of the other teams you've beaten are. But it doesn't
Not
matter.
my worry.
They're on the schedule. You play them, you beat them. That's all you have to do. If you were in the Big Ten right now and played Minnesota at home, at your home, Nebraska, Purdue, Rutgers, Penn State, it's kind of the same schedule. They sound bigger, but they're not very good. But you get that
Same thing in the ACC.
that bonus. Yeah, you get a bonus for being in those conferences that you don't get in this league. But you got 5 road wins, and that's just. And you got a chance at the end of the year to get your 6 to go perfect on the road at Baylor, which who knows who they are in 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
You don't know who they are tomorrow.
No.
I don't think they do.
No. So Connor has had 2 rough weeks, and I thought there was something wrong with him last week. I don't think that was the case this week. I don't think that was the issue. I don't think it was something physical. I think it was pressing. You've had another turnover on special teams, and that is unacceptable. You can't do that. And they've got to figure that out. And if that means getting Mekhi Muse to be more aggressive and louder, or if it means you got to try somebody else out. Every single week, they work multiple guys on punt team. And they have been completely hesitant to try anybody else, but maybe you have to. And I love Mekhi as a guy. He is awesome. Probably one of my 2 or 3 favorite guys in the team. But this is a results business, and he doesn't have the results. But this team does. They're 8-2. And it's so dumb to me that this team is actually 8-2. Because it doesn't seem possible.
It doesn't seem possible that season's almost over.
It was a grind last year. The losing.
Yes.
And the comparable game this week to last year was Arizona. It was a Friday night in November, and you got destroyed. It was 24-3. Never in that game. You flip it a year, and you're here, and you win. You were down 10 a couple times, but you won. And Last year was such a grind going to all these games,
The last
knowing
2
what you're
years.
going to have to deal with. Well, I'm just talking about last year. I'm not going to compare Willie and Dana.
I'm just talking about the games themselves.
Yeah. So for what we do after the game, this show sucked last year. It was so miserable to do.
Yes.
Just because it was the same stuff. Dana's last year, it was the same stuff the whole year. The big penalty numbers and then the stupidity and just crap offense. But this has not felt like a grind. It's a hoot to do the basketball games because you really never lose.
It's a what?
A hoot.
Jesus Christ, you turned 70.
Whatever. It's a good word. So Star Pizza, you can't get it right now, but you can get it tomorrow. Get you some Star Pizza. Lunch specials, reverse happy
I don't
hour.
have the where do we do our where's
You
the
go into
Ritz?
it's in the videos. It's near the bottom. It's 8 seconds. Take your time.
I'm not seeing it.
The Ritz has re-upped with us. We're very happy about that. They're going to do basketball season with us. Brad is going to do a great job tomorrow. Certainly. Thing right, dumb mother. Oh, wait, we're back. Two Idiots Talking Sports, sponsored by the Ritz. Thank y'all so much for watching. Brad.
Section 12X. Everybody get to that. Section12x.com.
Well,
Scroll down to the bottom.
We can't
Do the
ads for one
up for the
people
email.
when we're doing ad for another person. We got to finish this one. What is your in 5 years? You think about this game. What are you going to remember?
Nothing.
Fair enough. I'm going to remember 8-1 in this space game. 8-1. Section 12X. Get on that newsletter. They're going to tell you about a Black Friday deal. They got basketball stuff coming up. Got to get it. Thank y'all so much for watching. I really intended to write in the morning, but that ain't happening. You'll see something on Sunday. Jamie's preview of Towson, where Justin Gorham came from, is up already. Jamie delightfully wrote 1,300 words on Towson, and I appreciate that so much. It was such a hoot to edit today.
You can go to Star Pizza tomorrow for lunch
and read that book.
And read that book for preview.
I mean, it's good. Don't get me wrong. He knows what
absolutely.
He's doing. It's just a lot. But get you that. Get you the Star Pizza before the game and after the game. And Brad will see you tomorrow. I take no responsibility for anything that happens tomorrow. I
might have 1 or 2 or 3 people pop in. I don't know. We'll see.
We're going to have people tomorrow with Brad. He's not alone. I've got irons in the fire.
Oh, shit. He's got a hall monitor.
You are going to be monitored. Okay? This is the nanny state. You are not doing this by yourself. Thank y'all so much for watching. Brad, end the show for us, please.
Eddie, thank you for popping in. We appreciate your patronage and support.
Yeah, we should hire him as a correspondent.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Thank y'all.
Look at you munching away, big fella. Life doesn't get better than pizza and a Cougars game, huh? Mm-hmm. Go Cougs!